Welcome back to Pride. In this video we're going to go over the most common beginner boxer mistakes when they're shadow boxing. So the first most common mistake I see in a beginner boxer when he's shadow boxing is he rushes. He goes a little too fast, he gets too ahead of himself. He's trying to throw big combinations, he's trying to double up his jab, triple up his jab, and his punches get sloppy, he loses technique. So it's a really important time to slow yourself down. You don't want to be trying to throw a 4-punch combo and leave those hands out there to finish with those uppercuts. You want it to look like that. You want it to be sharp. You want to bring the hands back, okay? You can do this. A new boxer who's never trained before can throw a combination with really good technique if he shows restraint and slows himself down. Keep the hands on the temple, throw the punches nice and slow, bring the hands back, and make the combination flow. As you get more comfortable, you can increase the speed. But you got to make sure you're bringing the hands back, make sure you're using a mirror while you're shadow boxing. And this is something that could be corrected early on to avoid any bad habits in the long run. The second mistake I see in most beginner boxers when they're shadow boxing is they don't add in any defense. They're throwing only offense. They're throwing jabs, 1-2s, no defense, okay? You really need to work on your defense when you're shadow boxing. That's when it's most important to work on your defense, because you can see your reflection. You could see the positioning of your arm, you could see what you covered, you could see that you slipped far enough to avoid that punch, and you can mix it in with attacks as well. So you can slip and counter, okay? You slip, counter, okay? Move the head, come up, counter, okay? It's really important when you're doing your shadow boxing early on to add this in and instill this in your students. It's one of the biggest mistakes I see. A lot of new guys shadow boxing, just going all offense, no defense. Third mistake I see in a lot of beginner boxers when they're shadow boxing is they don't add the footwork in, okay? As a beginner boxer, some of the first things you learn is to step and jab, step and jab, step and jab, okay? So as a beginner boxer, when you're shadow boxing, you should have a good stance. You should be able to move forward and backwards as a beginner. So you really want to add that into your shadow boxing. When you're shadow boxing, make sure you're using that footwork. Make sure you're moving towards the mirror, pushing back off the front foot, backing away from the mirror, moving in and out of punching range. Using the feet, being mobile, not being stuck in one spot, because not only are you limiting your training, you're also creating a bad habit of staying stuck in one spot and only throwing that offense. Even when you add in that defense, now you're throwing offense and defense, but you're not moving. You're stuck in one spot. You never want to keep those feet stuck. You want to be loose on the feet. When you're shadow boxing, stick, move forward, push back, step forward with the 1-2, push back. So what you can take away from this as a beginner boxer is very important. Look at the 3 most common mistakes. A beginner boxer throws too fast and tries to throw too many punches all at once and loses technique. By knowing this, you can focus on your technique and really improve your technique. A beginner boxer sometimes fails to add in defense when he's shadow boxing. So keep this in mind and add defense into your shadow boxing. The third most common mistake is not using the feet, not using any footwork, not moving, not creating any angles, and it's just short steps. It's something you could do early on. So by knowing this, you can improve your training a lot more as a beginner boxer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. New boxing videos every Monday and Wednesday.